day. Welcome to Portulite. Excuse me. Welcome to Portulite Letters podcast number 2343. Can AI test content variations is our question today. But before we get started in that, just a quick update. Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve to those of us on the west side of the dateline where we are already on New Year's Eve. So yes, we'll be celebrating New Year's Eve tonight, and I have my ticket to sit and watch a movie and go to bed early and all that stuff. Yeah, these days I'm lucky if I can stay awake till 10 o'clock. So happy New Year's Eve to all of those on the west side of the international dateline where it is already New Year's Eve. So tomorrow when I come to you, I'll be in the future on New Year's Day. So anyway, quick update is we took the first carload of stuff over to the house today. We got in perfectly fine. They'd sent me a report early this morning, and I got stuck into reading that when I had it took me 2.5 hours to go through this thing, and it was just I had 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, that sort of thing. It was very, very detailed. And so when we got there, we did our own walkthrough and had a look and got a couple of things that need to be seen to. We tested the gas fireplace. That works. The hot water comes through very well. The stove works. There was one element on the stove that wasn't working. The warming drawer's not working, but the oven works and needs a clean. That was very interesting, especially when they turn around and say on their report that stuff is clean. And you go there and it wasn't. There was only a couple of things like that, so that's perfectly fine. So then we unloaded the boot or the trunk of Mum and Dad's car and brought all that stuff inside. And then it started to pour with rain, so we put moving the stuff on the back seat out until it stopped raining. And then we went around the house and did our inspection at that point. Pulled out the tape measure, measured some stuff in the rooms. My bed will fit perfectly fine into the master bedroom when it arrives. We went into what's going to be the guest room, and where I wanted to put the bed, I found I can't, because sitting under, and it's one of those little narrow windows at the top, but sitting on the wall underneath it between two power sockets is what we call a panel heater. And it's just a panel that you bolt to the wall, and it's about this much clearance behind it, and it radiates heat. You can't put anything against it. And I'm sort of like, well, that was a stupid place to put a panel heater. And Dad says, well, it's got access to the power. And I says, yeah, but now it forces me to, instead of putting the bed this way in the room, the door's over here, I have to put the bed this way in the room and make sure that there's enough room for somebody to walk in. And I have to run an extension cord from that wall socket on that wall all the way around over here by the door to where a bedside table will go for a lamp to go on for whoever's sleeping in the guest room. We'll make it work. So that was kind of interesting. Then we went into the room that's going to be my office and figured it, because I'm getting a corner desk. It's 6 feet one way and 6 feet. It's 2 6-foot leaves that go to a centerpiece. And so, that's the thing I need to check. So I need to check that. Something on the plan just popped into my head. It's about 2 meters on each of the side. It's a corner desk. And so we figured out, and so by taking the measurements, we're able to figure out we're going to put it this way with the door here, and then you come in and you've got the closet sticking out, so you got to walk through there, rather than the other corner, the opposite corner, because if I'm sitting facing this corner over here instead of this corner, I can see the bus stop, I can see the driveway, I can see the footpath, I can see the front porch. So if anybody comes up the driveway to the front porch or anything, I can see them. And it's a gravel driveway, so you hear people walking on it. And I've got a whole porch that goes across the whole front of the house and then a little bit down the side, close to where the kitchen is, but they can't go in front of the kitchen because the kitchen actually has a bump out. And so it's got like a bay window, and that whole bay window has the counter and the sink in it. And it's actually got a really good view now that they've cut down the trees that were overgrowing it. But there's 2 trees they still haven't touched, and one's dead and the other one isn't. And so I've got to go ask them about that, because they said it was going to get done and it's not. So maybe they ran out of time. I don't know, but we'll see. So far, everybody seems to be really good to work with. So we finally got the car unloaded, and then we had a whole bunch of kitchen stuff. So we just started unpacking it, taking it out of the wrappers and the packing and everything else. And then ran it all through the sink, hand washed everything. There is no dishwasher in this place, for which I'm thankful, because that's then not taking up not just a waste of space. And didn't undo the cutlery because the drawer needs to have a utensil insert put into it. So we took measurements of the drawer because I need one for that drawer, one for the next drawer down. And we'll see how that goes from there. But yeah, so I was sitting on the bench. There's a whole bunch of plasticware. There's cookware and other stuff sitting on the bench that's all been washed and cleaned and just like air drying. And then we walked around, closed all the windows, closed all the doors, all the drapes, and came home and had an ice cream to refresh before I got on here. So that's the latest on that. The first carload has gone in. I'm not sure what we're taking over tomorrow, but we'll find out tomorrow when we figure that one out. Actually, yes, and tomorrow, because it'll be New Year's Day here, we're thinking of going to like the hardware store and stuff, but they'll be closed because it's New Year's Day. So that's okay. And then Friday we get the trailer and we take all the big stuff like the fridge, the washing machine, the couch, this table, the chairs, and whatever else we haven't taken over. Yeah, and we may have to do it between rain showers, so that's going to be fun. But anyway, on to today. Can AI test content? It's a great question when you think about it. But most creators guess what will work. AI removes some of that guesswork. It does. There is times when I've put in a prompt, asked it, can you go through and look at this ad that I've done, this marketing piece that I've done, and give me your, and rate it, and it will do that. And then it's come back and it says, would you like me to give you some different variations on this? And I'm like, sure. And sometimes it's given me 2 or 3, sometimes it's given me 4 different variations. Or I ask it, sometimes I say, hey, I've got this piece. Can you give me some variations that might be more engaging than this piece is? And it's come up with different variations, taken what I've written and it's come up with different variations. Some of them hit the point, some of them don't. So you do have to still read through them. But AI can quickly generate multiple versions of the same message. And then you go through and have a look at it and see which one works for you. Sometimes I have gone through and said, hey, I love this piece, but I don't like this bit. But can you take this bit from over here and put it there? Would that work? And it comes up with a variation of that. When it comes up, generates multiple versions of the same message, it includes the hooks, the captions, the call to actions, opening lines, all that stuff that you need. Variations allow creators to explore angles without starting over. So you don't have to sit there and go, oh, that's not working. Okay, what else am I going to come up? How many times have you done this? Trust me, I've done this before. I've gone and gone, oh, it's not working. I can't think of another perspective to put it from. It's meant to be from the consumer's perspective, not from my perspective. How am I going to do that? AI will do it for you. It will help you. You can even turn around and you can say, hey, can you make some variations from the customer's perspective of what would attract them? Putting in simple instructions like that. And the more that you do this, testing becomes easier and less time consuming, which is awesome because tomorrow we're going to be talking about how it helps with A/B testing as well. So by giving you these different variations, you can look at there's one time it gave me 3 variations on something, and I liked the hook on one, the middle piece on the third one, and the closing on the second one. And so I got it to do a mashup of those pieces, and it turned out beautifully. It worked really well. And why it matters, because better content decisions come from comparison, not assumption. Yes. Never assume your piece is going to be, this is going to be the one that's going to make me $1 million. Yeah, no, because it's coming from your perspective and you think it sounds great, and everything else you put into AI and AI rips it to shreds. I have had it do that on me too. So totally understand that. Your practical takeaway for today is create 2 variations of your next post and track which one performs better. And in closing, variation creates insight. AI makes variations faster. Because remember back in the day where you would sit there and go, oh, that's not working. I've got to come up with a new idea, a new concept, different perspective. Basically got to scrap that one and start all over again. This takes all the guesswork out of it, and it helps. So if you want help creating content variations, and that, just send us a private message and we're happy to help. So go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening. As close to 6 p.m. Pacific as we can get, but it depends on how long we're over at the house for, because yes, I am working tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve in the States, so I'll be working tomorrow, but Friday I have off, and that's when we're doing the big move. So go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening. And for those celebrating New Year's Eve this evening, have a happy and safe New Year's Eve, and we'll catch you in the new year. Hei konera. In fact, I'm going to catch everybody in the new year because tomorrow it's going to be the 1st of July.